What's going on, everybody? What's good, world? How you feeling? How you living? You already know who it is. It's your boy Jay, aka Big Daddy Beard. Welcome back to another segment of the Debate Table podcast. Now, for those that are new to this is a podcast that I've set up on my gaming channel. It's under the umbrella of Big Daddy Beard Gaming Promotions, where everyone can come in, sit at the imaginary round table, pull up a chair, and talk about a different array of topics that we turn into full-on debates. Now, keep in mind, as we're doing these, everyone is entitled to their opinion. There's no criticism, there's no judgment, nothing of that nature. Whatever the topic is, everyone can come through, any and everybody can come through, and feel free to talk about it. Chime in on the discussion and give us your honest take on how you really feel about it. So, before we get started with this next episode, as always, if you guys are interested in purchasing any merch, you see it, TDT, the debate table. This is a shirt you'll always see me wearing every time I go live with this podcast. Definitely feel free to purchase one. Or if you want it in different colors, sizes, the whole 9 yards, just hit me up so I can get it printed and shipped out to you for purchase. Just let me know. Also, if you guys want to come up through the StreamYard link, I will drop it. Just let me know. Hit me up in the live chat and let me know if you want to come up. Now, make sure when you guys are coming up that you're only using one device. Don't have multiple devices running that's causing a bunch of noise ordinance or feedback, because we're going to be able to hear it through the stream, and we don't want that because it gets really disruptive and it kind of throws things off. So just make sure that you're in a quiet, secluded area. Make sure that you're not around any of the devices and stuff. If you don't want to be seen on camera, you can always just flip it so that you just show your avatar, just like that. Pretty straightforward. Again, if you want to be seen on camera, again, make sure you're in a quiet area. No other noise or people walking past and stuff like that, just kind of disrupting things. And most importantly, be respectful to everybody that comes through. And just like I said, everyone is entitled to their opinion. There's no judging. There's no criticizing. We're just here talking about different topics, having fun, friendly debates about it, and enjoying each other's company. So that's what it's all about. So for those coming in, welcome in. Pull up your chair and let's get ready to talk about it. So here is the link right there for anybody that needs it. Let me know. As you guys can see, I've made some changes. Just got myself a new laptop, so I am loving it right now. It has been an amazing device, money well spent. So now I'm able to do a lot more versus when I first started out. We're making changes. This is what we're doing. So let's go ahead and get it popping. We get ready to go into the topic of conversation, which is the world of wrestling. Now, I've been a wrestling fan ever since the days of watching WCW, WWF. Absolutely love it. I mean, I am an honest, diehard fan, coming up to seeing all the different characters, just seeing all of the different leagues, just the overall enjoyment and entertainment of it in its entirety. I absolutely loved it. Again, committed to the old school when it comes to wrestling. Over the course of the last few years, I'll be honest, I haven't watched it as much. Personally, it's just not as entertaining as it used to be. Most of my favorite wrestlers, they're either retired. There's a few that have come back, that have made their returns and stuff after being years away. And then there's those that, passed away, God rest their souls. But for the most part, you definitely have some that have come back, some that have just retired in its entirety, those that are no longer living. And they have all these new wrestlers now. And I'll be honest, I mean, a lot of them, I don't know, it's just not the same. Wrestling in today's society, it just didn't hit the same as it does back in the day. And here's the crazy thing, and I'm actually surprised at how many people still enjoy wrestling. Especially today, I'm so amazed that when I see people that are watching it, talking about it. Because I mean, I would have thought wrestling would kind of been here today, gone tomorrow. Especially in today's society. So it's real interesting to see, people are still dedicated to it. That all the different leagues that came out then are still around now. There's a couple different new ones that have come through, and they're really interesting. But all in all, it just doesn't hold my attention long enough like it did back in the day. But yeah, we're going to talk about it. So Here is the question as people start coming in. Frugal Mama, what's going on? Leo gang in the building. How you feeling? How you living? So for those making their way in, the topic of conversation is the world of wrestling, old school versus new school. Now, here are my questions to all of you coming in. Question 1. When it comes to wrestling, are you a fan of the old school? Are you a fan of the new school? That's the first question. Second question is this. If you had creative control over all of the different leagues over the course of time, would you make changes so that it's more entertaining, or would you just keep it as is? You think it's just perfectly fine, no changes, nothing. Just keep it as is. Question 3, which is a two-part one. First one is, of course, for those who know the whole Mount Rushmore segment that I've done. First part, who would you put in your Mount Rushmore for when it comes to individual wrestlers, just wrestlers by themselves, as well as honorable mention? So it's kind of like a top 5, but you have to have 4 solidified ones and a +1. So the first part is, which 4 are you putting into your Mount Rushmore, as well as your +1 for individual wrestlers? Second part of the question is, which 4 are you putting into your Mount Rushmore, as well as an honorable mention for wrestling groups? That could be groups, it could be tag team duos, organizations, formations, all of that. So those are the questions there. As everyone starts to come in, welcome y'all in. Doing well, thanks. Mrs. EC, I got my lady in the building. How you doing, mama? Appreciate you coming in. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so again, I'm dropping the link for anybody that wants to come up. If you guys just want to stay within the live chat, that's cool too. Do your thing. I ain't mad at you. Again, I don't pressure anybody to necessarily come up here and do their thing. But again, if you do want to, just click on that link. I'll bring you on up, and definitely let's talk about it. So as we get into it, I'm going to give you guys a little more insight on just wrestling in its entirety. For those who don't know about it, I completely understand, because, you'd be surprised. Some people were like, how do you not know about wrestling? You'd be surprised. There's some people that, either they don't know about wrestling or they do, or whatever the case is. But, I love to give insight just in general. On my way to work right now. Okay. All right. Enjoy your shift, mama. Let me know how it goes. Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of people that, are into it and they're not into it. There's some that, don't know a whole lot about it or do know about it. So it's all good. Like, I don't pressure anybody or whatnot. I don't hold that against them. Let's be clear on that. L2, what it do? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you joining. So let me give you a little more insight on the world of professional wrestling. But, of course, whenever I start reading, do my thing, I got to get fly and flashy. I mean, that's just what we do and stuff. I don't like to sit up here reading like, a little kid in school and stuff like that. The bird flew to his net. We don't do that over there. No, we effing that. We stay fly when we read, Like I said, I'm on my reading rainbow and whatnot. You know how it goes. All right, so let me give you more insight on professional wrestling. Professional wrestling, often shortened to pro wrestling or simply wrestling, is a form of entertainment and performing art which combines athletics and theatrical performance. It takes the form of scripted matches which are presented as authentic combat sport. The progress and outcome of matches are planned in advance, typically between consenting performers with established character roles. These matches are based on classical and catch wrestling, with modern additions of striking attacks, acrobatics, feats of strength, fast-moving athleticism, and occasionally improvised weaponry. Professional wrestling is not to be confused with the contact sports of amateur wrestling. Sometimes referred as American-style professional wrestling, companies such as WWE, which was originally WWF before that. I think they had some type of law or something like that where they had to remove the F. I hate that they did that, but it is what it is. AEW, Impact Wrestling, and ROH, which I'm not too sure about. It sounds familiar, but I've never heard of that one. Run touring professional wrestling events throughout the world. Matches are highly theatrical, with dramatic stories such as feuds between athletes developed and performed as part of build-up and promotion for matches. Before its increase in popularity in the mid-1980s, Professional wrestling in the United States was organized as a cartel of regional monopolies known as territories. Wrestling in some of these areas, particularly the southern and midwestern United States, was performed in a relatively less theatrical, more serious style, which could vary from realistically sporting to darkly violently, depending on local preference. So, very, very interesting. Very interesting. So, as you guys are coming in, yeah, let's start to talk about it. So, I want to know from you guys what you think. So, L2 said, "I love the Undertaker." Okay, yeah. Believe it or not, Undertaker is actually in my Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. Frugal said, "I only remember Ric Flair, the Hulk, and the Rock." That's it. That's it, Frugal. You got to know some more than that. I mean, you did name big names, though. I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that. Superfly. There's a wrestler named Superfly? No, you a little bit older, so that might have been ahead of my time. You know, I was born in '84, so that's as far as I go. You know, so you gotta remember the Undertaker. Oh, and Andre the Giant. Okay, there you go. There you go. I was gonna say, I know you gotta remember some of them. Just think back, you know, think of like the commercials and the cartoons and the TV shows where they always featured all the different wrestlers. Honestly, you know what it is? You got to really think about it. You know, that's why I love to do these type of setups, because it not only challenges your mind, but it makes you kind of go back in time. Like, wait, I really got to think about this, because I've actually posed all these questions that I just mentioned to everyone that I know, that I bump into on the street, people that I talk to on a regular basis, friends and family. And they're like, wow. Like one of my barbers, I actually hit him with the Mount Rushmore thing. He was on one of his IG lives. He was like, man, oh, you got me there. Like, I'm stumped. Like, I wouldn't even. He's like, I really got to think about that. I'm like, it's tough. Even with the whole Mount Rushmore thing, you know, again, it's just to challenge you, because everybody can mention a top 5, a top 10, but how many people can really narrow it down to just specific ones and say, oh, okay, like if you really had to think about it, like your life was on the line, which ones would it be? All right, but yeah. So let me know, Frugal, L2. I know my lady's getting ready to go into work, but what okay, you guys mentioned some of the most popular ones. So if you had to create um a Mount Rushmore of your favorite ones, who would they be? Like, who would your 4 solidified be, and who would your honorable mention be? So as you guys are kind of thinking about that, brainstorming, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give my insight on all the questions that I just asked. Cherry, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you joining. Okay, so let me start off with the first question. Again, like I already mentioned, and you know, when I first started, love old school wrestling. I've been a fan since day one. I think what was the first wrestling event I watched? It was actually WCW. That was when I first started getting into wrestling. And I thought it was dope. You know, just the characters, like I said, the theatrics, you know. I used to love when certain things would just happen out of nowhere. You would see somebody, you know, talking or being interviewed. Next thing you know, just getting hit with a trash can or a chair and just start going at it. It's like, oh, I'm a little boy, like sitting there in front of the TV, Indian style, like, what is happening? Like, so y'all just not even gonna let this man finish the interview? Just like, yeah, you know, it's going down SummerSlam 2013 or then boom, just like, oh damn, like, whoa. So loved it. Still sick, getting better. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Hope you recover well. All right, so yeah, so for me, like I said, old school wrestling all day. Absolutely love it. Like I said, new school, I'm not crazy about it. I'll be the first to tell you. Like, I'm not even gonna lie on that one. But now as far as like the second question, I'll be honest. I would definitely make changes. You know, back in the day it was amazing, but like now, I feel like they're trying to do too much. You know, they still have, it's still action packed and everything like that. But I think what they're starting to do now, they're getting way too soap opera-ish. Again, I get the theatrics, I get the all the dramatics and everything like that, but I feel like they've made it to where it's more drama, more theatrical, and less fighting. Versus where back in the day, it was like evenly matched. Like they didn't talk too much, they didn't talk too little, but just enough. And to me, like there was more anticipation. You know, a lot of the setups and the matchups, the feuds, they built it up more. They left you like in suspense, like man, like it got to the point where if two people were feuding and they were setting up for like the big pay-per-view matchup, you looked forward to it. You were like, oh man, I can't wait. Like it's going down. This is going to be dope. So much now, it's like like I said, I'm still surprised that wrestling is like as popular as it is back in the day. Like it actually shocks me. I know a couple of my friends that are content creators on YouTube. Big shout out to them. Most of their channels are dedicated to like wrestling all around and like all of the different events, the pay-per-views and stuff like that. And it's just amazing. Like when I go into their lives and I hear them talk about it, I'm like, wow, like they really like live and die for this. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I still enjoy wrestling, just not as much. But it's amazing just listening to them and, seeing how they engage and interact with the audience and stuff and talk about, just wrestling in its entirety. They'll mention like, stuff from the old school, but how they're so knowledgeable and up to date with everything that's going on in today's generation of new school wrestling. So it's really, really interesting. Like it keeps me intrigued. Even though I don't watch it anymore, I'm just like, oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what it is. But yeah, for me, I would definitely make that change. I would like to see them focus more on the action and maybe not so much all of the reality show drama, the whole soap opera type of vibe. That's my thing. I'll tell you when I really stopped watching wrestling. Honestly, I think, well, two reasons I stopped. First reason was they had, all of the my favorite wrestlers, all of like my favorites, my legends, all of them, most of them, like I said, most of them either retired, they passed away, or, the whole 9 yards. So once all of the greats, stepped down and left, and then they started introducing all these new people, that to me is where it just kind of started to lose my interest a little bit. I definitely wasn't feeling it as much. So that was their reason. And there was one episode I remember watching, and this is what definitely made me stop. I don't know who it was, but I think it was like a tag team duo, and they were getting ready they were supposed to be fighting against another group. Like these are all new groups, by the way. And I remember they both came in the ring, and rather than just go in and just start going at it, tossing each other over the ring and grabbing the weapons and going through the tables and stuff, these guys grabbed the microphone and they actually started like battle rapping. And I'm like, wait, what? Hold up. When did we put battle rap into wrestling? I'm like, you guys are supposed to be knocking each other's heads off and doing all this. It's like, y'all battle rapping now? Like, you're not serious. So I just kind of like sat there. I'm like, I turned it off. I'm like, I don't know what this is, what I'm watching right now. So I lost interest after that. And I didn't watch any other episodes after that, but I remember seeing like other highlights where they started doing that same exact thing. And I'm like, yo, like, so this is what they're doing now. This is a direction that they're going into. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, frugal. Like they literally, so I wish I knew what episode it was. It was on WWE. So they literally came in. The one group there, how they walk around the ring and everybody's like, getting all hyped up and stuff. They're jumping on the turnbuckles and stuff, waving to the crowd or doing whatever their little signatures are, getting everybody fired up and hyped up. So they did that. And then, of course, they're talking. And then the next group, they come in, they interrupt them. Because, a lot of times, like in old school wrestling, they'd be trash talking about the person, or they would wait for that person to come out, then the music cues up. Or if they're talking, they just cut them right in the middle of their conversation and they come right. So the other tag team group, they cut them off, like right in the middle. Music starts rolling, they come out, crowds getting hyped, all that stuff like that. They literally come in the ring and they're kind of looking like they're getting ready to get into their stands. But next thing you know, like they pull out like the microphones and literally start going back and forth. And I'm like, what? This is wrestling? Like, come on. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, what am I watching right now? What are we doing right now? So what's good, Paul? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in, my guy. Appreciate you coming through. What's good with you? So for those making their way in, the topic of conversation is the world of wrestling. Are you a fan of the old school or the new school? Which do you believe is better? That's the first question. Second question is if you had creative control over the entire league, all the different leagues, would you keep things as they are, or would you make changes to make it more entertaining like it was back in the day? That's question 2. Question 3 is a 2-part. Who would you put in your Mount Rushmore in regards to your favorite wrestlers, as well as an honorable mention, a +1? So you got to pick 5 altogether. 4 solidified, 1 honorable mention. As far as individual wrestlers, your favorite ones, who's going into that Mount Rushmore? Second part is, who are you putting into the Mount Rushmore of your wrestling groups? So think about like NWO, think about the Generation X, groups like that, or those big cliques. Who are you putting into your Mount Rushmore as well as an honorable mention? So let me see where I'm at. Just making sure I keep up with everybody. Paul said old school. Hey, you and me both. It was nothing like it. The old school was the best. AK, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you guys joining. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you try to answer those questions to the best of your ability and start thinking about who you guys are putting in both of those Mount Rushmore lists that I just mentioned. I said, no more drama in my life. Hey, you and me both, Cherry. I feel you on that one. So, all right, let me keep going. So, okay. So, yeah, that's when I stopped. And like I said, once all the famous, big time, popular wrestlers started leaving, I was just like, yeah, it just wasn't entertaining. There's still a few that are actually wrestling to this day that I know of from the old school. I know Edge. I know he just made his return because he was out for like a couple years because he had like serious injuries that could have either killed him or like kept him from never becoming a professional wrestler again. But I recently saw him come back. I know Chris Jericho, he came back as well. I think he started that new league, AEW, which I don't watch it, but just from what I've seen and what I've heard people say about it, it does look interesting, but just not enough for me to actually sit there and tune in with the little beer mug and the thing on the side where I'm sipping through, but like, nah. Plus Chris Jericho, he looked kind of like old and bloated. I'm like, he's not the same Chris Jericho that he was when he first came out. So, it was one other person. I think the Hardy Boys. I think they started back. They're wrestling again. There's a few, but for the most part, pretty much all the people that I know, with the exception of them, they all kind of came and went. Let me see. I miss the Undertaker. Yeah, I miss him too. I recently saw him on. I don't know if you guys know Kevin Hart. He has this special. It's on his Laugh Out Loud network. It's called Cold as Balls, where he interviews all different types of celebrities, but he does it within like the ice baths. And he actually had the Undertaker on there. If you guys get a chance, go and check out that episode. Very, very dope. Everything that Undertaker was talking about, it was just like, man, like you would have never known, really, really dope. So, okay. So AK said Sting, Undertaker, 4 Horsemen, DX, and Mick Foley. Okay. That's good, but you got to separate them. So separate it into 2. 1 for individual wrestlers and 1 for groups. So you got Mick Foley, Undertaker, and Sting. All right, so you need two more. One more for the Mount Rushmore and an honorable mention. And then same thing for your groups. You got the Four Horsemen, DX. So you need three more. But I mean, that's not a bad list. Sting is dope. I like Sting. I grew up watching wrestling in the 60s and 70s. Oh, okay. So you definitely are old school all day. All right. Okay. Savage, what's good, OG? How you feeling? How you living? Appreciate you coming in. You say I stopped watching in 2013. You know what? A lot of people, like, I would say between 2009 and 2013, right in that 4-year span, I think that's where a lot of people actually like just kind of called it quits. I'll be honest, I don't even remember when I stopped. I don't even know when I stopped. I don't know what year, but I know I definitely did like call it quits and whatnot. What's going on, Mel? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. You know, I don't like to do these podcasts and, you know, be looking like Captain Caveman and stuff. So, you know, I got to get fresh and cleaned up and stuff like that. You know, plus I'm getting ready to go see my lady in a few days. So, you know, I got to get fly and flashy for her. Hey, mama. Mrs. EC. All right. So just trying to keep up with everybody. I do know Mark, a.k.a. The Undertaker. Oh, you know him in person? Or I seen Y2J stretching behind the curtain. He was bent over, and wow. Oh my God, too funny, too funny. I'm about to do a short live. I will keep you running. Okay, appreciate that, P. Appreciate that. Okay, so Randy Orton because I saw him in just a towel at 5. Oh wow, oh God. So of course all the ladies coming in here, y'all, that's the reason y'all watch wrestling for that. Y'all are terrible. Y'all need Jesus. All right. I want to see y'all in church on Sunday. All of y'all. Terrible. Oh, and okay, so all right, so hold on. So you got Sting, Undertaker, Mick Foley, Randy Orton, and Stone Cold as your Mount Rushmore. Okay. And the honorable mention. That's actually it's not bad. That ain't bad. Okay. Okay. I figured it. I figured it. It's you know, it's funny. It's like my mom. Like she's not into sports, but anytime she sees like the athletes doing stuff, she be just sitting there, just eyes about to pop out her sock, and I'll be looking at her like, "Really, mom? Like you're not even watching the game, or you're not even watching the event." She's like, "I'm watching. I'm watching." Like, I'm like, mom, like lower your eyes. Like they getting ready to, you know. I'm like, she's like, I am watching. I am. I'm like, too funny. Oh, your favorite match used to be the Raw and Pennies. I used to think that was so stupid. Like those matches were pointless. I was never really a fan of those. What was my favorite match? Now that I think about it, you know what I liked? Okay, I got a few that I liked. I loved Hell in a Cell. Those were the best. I like the Falls Count Anywhere, where they were just like you see them like wrestling backstage, dressing rooms. They be in the parking lot running each other into the cars and stuff like that. I used to love those. I like the Money in the Bank one because that was real challenging. Even though they were long matches, they were real dope because they would be going at it, especially when it was really two top wrestlers at the in their prime. Dope. Table, ladders, and chairs. I used to love those. Um, oh, the triple threat. I like those fights too because those they used to go at it. All right. So yes, for those coming in, the topic of conversation is the world of wrestling. Do you prefer the old school or the new school? That's question one. Question two is if you had creative control over the league, would you make changes to make it more entertaining like the old school, or would you just keep it as is? You think it's just fine and they don't need to do any changes or moderations? Also, which wrestlers would you put into your Mount Rushmore as well as an honorable mention? Also, which wrestling groups would you put into your Mount Rushmore as well as an honorable mention? So altogether, you're going to have 4 individual wrestlers, four solidified, Mount Rushmore, one honorable mention, four groups, and one honorable mention group. Oh, the hummingbird said hello. Okay, tell them I said what's up. Old school. Okay, cherries with the old school. I feel you. I feel you. Seems like a lot more people are leaning towards old school versus new, which is that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so let me get back to it. All right. So for me, um, yeah, like I said, I'm all about the old school. I would definitely make. Okay, sorry about that. The connections acting up. It's ridiculous. We're getting a lot of storms and stuff down here in Florida, so it's causing a lot of the disruptions and whatnot. So my apologies about that. Let me know if you guys can still see me and hear me. Okay, so Cherry said change modifications. Okay, so Cherry, what changes would you make to make wrestling more entertaining again in this new school era? All right. So AK said old school, bring back Hell in a Cell with tables and chairs and the barbed wire bats. Oh yeah. They did they used to have those too. I remember that. I remember that. Those were dope. Okay. Triple H, Undertaker, the Generation X. Okay. So again, two lists. One with your individual wrestlers. If you can't think of all four, you can't think of four in an honorable mention, that's okay. But uh try to think of as many ones that you know for sure. And then same thing with the groups. So two lists, one for your individual wrestlers, Mount Rushmore, and one for your groups of Mount Rushmore. What's good, A9? Mr. DNA in the building. Salute, my guy. How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Okay. Yeah, the what's it called? It got the stream got disrupted. The connection was going out. What's Frog Morgan? What's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. They should bring back. They should bring back. Oh yeah, the thumbtacks. Oh, I forgot about those. I think you know what? I heard somewhere that they stopped doing that because like people were like really getting like serious injuries from that. Um, because I noticed they used to do it heavy, like especially in WCW, they used to do it like real heavy in that league. But and then I know WWF whatever they want to call it, they brought it over to there, but I remember reading somewhere that they stopped doing it because they said it was becoming like too it was becoming like unsafe. Like especially like they land on their face, you got to think like their eyes and stuff. If one of them things get caught in their eye, whew, that's not a good look. So I think that's why they stopped it because some people were saying it was just a little too much. You know, was it? Oh yeah, Jake the Snake. That's old school right there, all the way. KB, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Appreciate you coming through. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Frog said, do they still do it on Impact Wrestling? Oh, they do? I kind of figured that because Impact and the other league that just came out, AEW, I feel like they're trying to transition back into how it was, old school. Only thing is just like I said, they have a lot of new wrestlers that are just kind of like I said, they just don't keep my attention long enough. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, I know Impact, they still do it. AEW, I wouldn't be surprised if they still do it. But yeah, for the most part, like WWF and all of them, nah, they stopped that. They did away with that. My guy, what's good? Got Jay Jordan in the building. How you feeling? How you living? Appreciate you coming through. So for those coming in, the topic of conversation is the world of wrestling. Are you a fan of the old school or the new school? I'm doing good, KB. How you doing? Um, that's the first question. Second question is, if you had creative control, would you make changes so that things are more interesting and more entertaining as in the old school with today's wrestling, or would you keep everything as is? And then third question, which is a two-part, which individual wrestlers would you put into your own Mount Rushmore Hall of Fame, as well as an honorable mention? So 4 solidified and a +1. Same thing with groups. Which 4 groups, wrestling groups, would you put into another Mount Rushmore list, as well as an honorable mention? Okay, so Frog said my top 4 single wrestlers are Jeff Hardy, Sting, Bully Ray, Bubba Ray, or Bully Ray. I don't know who Bully Ray is. I know Bubba Ray from the Dudley Boys and CM Punk. Okay, you know, I've never really been a fan of CM Punk. I don't know. It's just something about him. I love his theme music. Like when he comes out, I love the song. But I don't know. CM Punk, I don't know. He don't do it for me. I don't know. I'm old school wrestling. Started watching in 1987. Oh yeah. Oh y'all definitely old school because I'm 84, so I was still like fresh out the womb, crying and stuff. Doing all of that. My dad said, "Stop making all the noise." Oh, okay. Sorry. You know. Now we got to figure out a name for him. Okay. Old school's way better. Yeah, Jay. Salute. It definitely was. It definitely was. All right. Then stopped after. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Rest in peace to Owen Hart. Rest in peace to Chris Benoit. Rest in peace to Eddie Guerrero. Andre the Giant. Rest in peace. Who else? I know there's a few more that I'm missing that passed away, but all the other wrestlers the legends that are no longer here, rest in peace to all of them. Okay, I got you on that one. Bully Ray was on. Oh, okay. I got you. I don't know why I thought you were saying Bubba Ray. I thought you were like it was a typo. Okay, yeah, Bully Ray. I don't think I've ever heard of him, but okay. Yeah, look, it was so much more entertaining back then. Like I said, you know, um, just the characters, the setups, the buildups, the anticipation, all the different matchups, especially the pay-per-view series, like all the different ones that they had. And they used to get so creative with them too. And then, just the suspense, it left you just like you couldn't wait until wrestling came on. I used to be front row with my stepdad. We used to watch that heavy. And then, when we got the chance to actually he took me to Monday Night Raw and we went to see Sunday Night Heat. That was both of the events for WWF. I remember going to both of those. And look, honestly, let me tell you something. Monday Night Raw, and I'm not even a big fan of Mondays. I call them miserable Monday. But, the fact that so many people show out for that and it gets so live, it's crazy. Like, I'll never forget that. Monday Night Raw was fire. Sunday Night Heat was dope too. But MNR, different. different. It's like it's dope when you watch it from home, but it's even better when you're actually there and the effects and the pyro, the music, how hyped up everybody gets when all the favorite wrestlers come out. Crazy. Leo Lex, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. So I've been watching wrestling since I was 5 years old until now. Yeah. A lot of people are like coming in talking about when they stopped, what year it was. I know a few people said 2009, 2013. Tell me anything about wrestling. I know a lot about it. I'm sure you do. So Lex, talk to us. And everyone else that's coming in too. Which do you like better? You like old school? Do you like new school? Would you make changes to the way it is now, or would you keep it as is? And also, which single wrestlers, individual wrestlers, are you putting into your Mount Rushmore as far as you, and as well as a honorable mention? And which groups are you putting into your Mount Rushmore as well as an honorable mention? So I actually got to get to that because I didn't even do that. Yeah, many of the old school wrestlers died. Yeah, they did too. Now, it's starting to come back to me. So I'm starting to think of them. Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, rest in peace. I was just thinking of his name. Macho Man, Randy Savage, Legion of Doom, and Nation of Domination. Oh, okay. We diving deep into it, AK. I feel you. Again, rest in peace to all those that are no longer here. All right, so Jay said Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and the other I will say Mankind. Oh, nice. That list is almost similar to mine. So let me know. What about y'all? What about the groups too? Okay. So Frog said Hardy Boys, 3D Beer Money, and RK. Okay. Hardy Boys are dope. I didn't, I'm surprised that they are actually still wrestling again. I didn't even think that they were going to be making a comeback. But it's crazy too, because like they're still just as acrobatic now as they were then. So it's crazy, especially Jeff Hardy. He was the one that was always doing like he would be going like over the top with it, but he definitely knew how to keep it entertaining. Matt Hardy, he was more balanced. He kind of did more of like the ring wrestling and then the acrobatics. But Jeff Hardy, he was all about just like get on that top rope and just doing whatever. Especially that his finishing move, that Swanton bomb. I used to love that. I'm like, man, he is like gutsy for that because ain't no way in hell I'm doing nothing like that. Look, I'm basic with my wrestling. If I'm going on the top bump, I said the top bump. But you know what? Now I think about it, like when I used to wrestle with my brothers and my cousins, that's exactly what we do. We had those bunk bed sets, and we used to climb up to the top of the bunk bed and jump off. Classic. Oh, we got to go down memory lane. But yeah, if I was the type of wrestler, like I'm getting on the turnbuckle, and I'm just gonna do a simple like elbow dive or something like that, something simple, or a leg drop. I ain't doing all that extra stuff. You ain't gonna catch me doing backflips and none of that and breaking my neck, putting me in the hospital. If you want to know my all-time favorite wrestler is Kevin Nash and the Stables. I liked NWO, DX, and the Evolution and Dungeon of Doom. You know what, Lex? You didn't you say you're related to somebody who wrestles? Who is it? Iron Sheik. I remember you told me that. Okay, that's a nice lineup, Lex. I saw it live on a few occasions back then. Okay, which ones did you see, KB? Let me know. Frog said, "Oh yeah, yep, old school for me." KB said old school as well. Okay, all right. Yeah, the network acting up and stuff. We're getting a lot of storms and stuff down here. So if it goes out again, just know that it's because of the weather down here. We're entering hurricane season and stuff. Also like Psycho Sid, Big Show, Kane, and The Undertaker. Oh, I remember Psycho Sid. I used to love Psycho Sid. Big Show, he was all right up until a certain point. Like when he started losing a lot, that's when he fell off. Kane and Undertaker, oh yeah, dope. I didn't like Kane when he took the mask off. I loved when he always stayed mysterious and anonymous and he wasn't talking. That was when Kane was the best. Undertaker, same thing. I liked him when he first came out. When he transitioned to the badass on the motorcycle, and I was like, I wasn't really feeling it. I wanted dark Undertaker, the cemetery, the music, when he rolled his eyes and stuff like that. the Paul Bear. Oh, Undertaker. He used to talk. I used to love it. KD, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you joining. Shout out to all my international people coming in. All right, Lex said, I like all kinds of wrestling, old and new, but the new generation, they need to make it more extreme and not G-rated. You and me both. Nice. I feel you on that one. Angel, what's going on? Oh, we got Yoda, aka Punk Ass Raid. Y'all are too funny. What's going on, Angel? What's going on, Yoda? Big shout out to them both coming in. Remember the old time when they had the bra and panties match and hardcore matches, barbed wire matches? They need to bring those back again. You know what's funny, Lex? Angel Kiss was actually just talking about that. She was just saying like that was one of her favorite matches, the bra and panty ones. I never really cared for that one, but you guys just talking amongst each other. Okay. Jeff Hardy was the TNA heavyweight champion a while back then. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He definitely was. He actually had that title for a while because he was really hard to beat because he was so athletic and he did so much. Like one thing about Jeff Hardy, he knew how to wear his opponents down because he was so acrobatic and he rarely got tired. He did a good job of that. So off the top, yeah. And look, man, our bunk beds at the time, they weren't like extremely high to where we could get injured, but they were high enough to where we could at least kind of pull off like a belly flop type of move and stuff like that. But we always made sure that we had like some type of like cushion. Like we had those real old, those mattresses that you don't use anymore. I hate to say it, but the ones where you piss the bed a lot and stuff like that, and then your parents switch out and get you a whole new mattress. Though we used to use those before we actually had them go out for trash day. So we just flip it to the other side, because we ain't nobody getting having to be on the pissy side. So we flip the mattress, we put it on the floor, and then when we start wrestling, we do all our stunts and everything on the dry side of the old school mattress. So you know how it goes. Don't act like I'm the only one. Y'all did it too, all right? Y'all did it too. So I don't want nobody sitting there saying, "What hell? Y'all wrestling on pissy mattresses?" Yes, okay. I came from hard times, all right. We didn't have a whole lot coming up, so we had to find a way to have fun. Don't judge me, all right? He said we creating wrestling places or what? Hey, look, talk to me, Yoda. Talk to me. Let me know. Liked, drop that. Oh, hey, salute my guy. Salute. Make sure you guys go check out my boy Yoda, man. Really, really dope. And check out his lady too, Fallen Angel. Again, everybody that's coming in, check them all out. Really, really dope people, man. And of course, you already know too. Even though this is the podcast, drop your links. Get connected with everybody. Spread love, show love. This is no different from what I do on my gaming live. It's the same thing over here. Drop your links, get connected. It was good. I did a review. I'm waiting for it to. Okay. You're talking about something different. All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you are. Yeah. For those that don't know, the Iron Sheik, my boy Lexus, dude, he is actually related to him. Lady CC, how you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Again, shout out to all my people overseas coming through. Not sure what time it is on that side of the world, but big shout out to y'all. Okay. I'm just trying to. Oh, okay. So, are you saying, okay. I'm not sure exactly if he is on my dad's side or not. Most likely, probably is. Yeah. Iron Sheik goes all the way back. Y'all are too funny. All right, appreciate it. Chrissy, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Appreciate you coming through. Welcome. So for all those coming in, I'm trying to just keep up with y'all because the chat is like flying right now. For everyone coming in, the topic of conversation is, are you a fan of old school wrestling or new school wrestling? Which one do you prefer more for all my wrestling fans out there? That's the first question. Second question is, if you had creative control, would you keep everything as is with new school wrestling? Or would you make changes so that it kind of reverts back to how it was in the old school? And the third question, which is a two-part, which single wrestlers would you put into your Mount Rushmore for? As well as one honorable mention. And then the same thing for groups. Which 4 groups, as well as an honorable mention, would you put into a Mount Rushmore as well? All right, so let me just get back, make sure I'm keeping up with everybody. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to. I'm on my new laptop now, as you guys can see. I'm doing the streams a little bit differently, so things is flying a little bit. Oh, what's going on, Titan? I've been seeing you a lot, and what's it called? Live Yoda and Angel. What's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Let me start getting some of you guys modded, so you guys can definitely drop those links. Frog, I know you were up here. Let me see where you are. All right, I have to scroll back up. But okay. All right. So yeah, this is getting good. Let's keep it going. Let me see. Let me see where I left off at with everybody's comments and stuff. Okay. Slim, what's good, my guy? Bless up. All the way from Jamaica. How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. I'm good, my guy. How you doing, Titan? Appreciate you coming in. Wait, hold on. I think Frugal had said something about you said your brother used to try to do the wrestling moves on you. Hey, look, you know what's so funny about wrestling back in the day? When we used to wrestle, like when we would watch the shows, it would be fun. Like me, my brothers, and my cousins, we'd be sitting there, right, just all on the couch or on the floor or whatever, and we're watching and stuff, just enjoying it, having fun. Next thing you know, like just one of us like look at the other one, or like somebody would go get up and go grab something, and they give like a little shove and a bump. I'm like, hey, hold on, pushing, man. What's going on? The next thing you know, we get pushed back. Now it's just like we making the sound effects and we hitting each other. Then it's like, and then we always had that one cousin that didn't want to participate because they would cry and stuff. And they were real sensitive. So we always had them be like the announcer, like, oh, there they go, they're at it. Big Daddy Beard, he just knocked out so and so. Oh, he just got hit with a pillow and stuff. All that crazy nonsense. I miss being a kid. I really do. All right. Oh, me and Angel was just talking about the bra and panties match and the Hell in a Cell tables, chairs, and barbed wires. Okay. All right. You guys know the old school wrestler Almost. Almost. Woo. That's like, that's like before my time. Lex. Like I said, I'm 84. So anything from mid 80s up, I almost have an idea of it. Anything before that, I have no idea. Oh yeah, I'm doing good, Chrissy. How you doing? So, all right, let me make sure I'm keeping up with everybody. Okay. KO, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Okay. Oh, you say Titan is one of the homies? Yeah, I've seen him a couple times and stuff in your live. But yeah. Shout out to Titan and everybody else coming through. Okay. So Angel said, I stopped watching wrestling. I feel like it's not like it used to be. The old school is a lot better. These new ones, I feel like they're just for show, not wrestling anymore. Wow. Angel, well said. Well said. You said that better than I did. Like I didn't even say it in that same format, but very well said. That's exactly it. It's not like what it used to be. It's like watching those, you remember those old school soap operas like All My Children, One Life to Live, The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful. Did I say General Hospital? I think I did. I know y'all probably looking at me like, how's he know all these shows? I used to watch those shows, okay? Don't judge me. Look, when I used to get in trouble as a kid, that was my punishment. My parents would make me sit. They gave me two options. Actually, no, they gave me three options. They said, we can either whoop your ass, you can either sit and watch CNN from start to finish, and CNN is a 24-hour network. They don't ever end. Or you can sit here and watch all these damn soap operas. Choose wisely. I'm like, damn. And those are all like pretty torturous, So I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, what's the least torture? All right, I watch the soap operas because I'm like, CNN, I can't watch that 24 hours straight. You ever try to watch CNN straight? It's bad. It's like Crossfire, Larry King. Imagine being a kid and your punishment is to have to watch the OJ trial from start to finish. You know how long that damn trial was? And all of that just to say this man didn't do it? That was torture. I was like, just whoop my ass, like Jesus. But yeah, that's how it was for me. So I haven't seen much of the new school, so I don't know. I wouldn't change, and I would change anything. Okay, all right, makes sense. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. Said my son Kai, he likes to wrestle. Oh, okay. What type of wrestling does he do? Because what's crazy? I didn't realize there were so many different ones. There's like Greco or Gecko, something like that. Believe it or not, they actually relate MMA to wrestling. I just found that out. I always thought that was like something of its own. They actually kind of put that under the wrestling catalog. So that's pretty interesting though. Who would have ever thought? Almost still around. He is like 7'4". He's the next giant. Gonzalez, jeez, 7'4". Yeah. But see, here's the thing though, with those really big wrestlers like that, they you could beat them easily. I mean, it's just you can't let them grapple you because once they get a hold of you, that's it. You got to basically like run around and like kind of clip the back of their leg or something like that. So something of that nature. All right, Titan said, I haven't watched professional wrestling in quite some time now. I stopped watching it when Bray Wyatt and his team were together. Wow. Going all the way back. What's good, Jay Money from the Seis Uno Cinco? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome, man. Appreciate you coming through. Okay, I remember a few months back hearing on the news that they were considering bringing back the old school ways on WWE because it just wasn't the same anymore. Really? Really? Wow. They should. They should, but see, that's the thing though. If they were to do that and go back in that direction, though, Titan, they don't really have enough big names that can really hold it like how it used to be. Because again, remember, you had Stone Cold, you had The Rock, you had Triple H. Back when he was even back when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley before he switched over, he was dope then too. I used to love he's always had a ponytail and the 3-piece suits. He was real quiet. He didn't say a whole lot. They made him change his character up because they said he wasn't getting enough ratings. That's when he transitioned over to Triple H, which was still dope. But I mean, that would be good if they do. But I'm just trying to figure out like who. Unless like some of these new wrestlers kind of format how they did with the old wrestlers, that would be a lot better, in my opinion. Unless people were buying tickets to see the shows. Yeah. I mean, the diehard people, they're going to be there no matter what. It doesn't matter what it is. It don't matter whether it's SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, Sunday Night Heat. I'm not sure what days A&E comes on or Impact, but I mean, the diehard people are going to be there. It may not be as many people, but they're going to show out for sure. There's no question about that. He normally uses the RKO. That's the poor man Stone Cold Stunner. Okay. DNN in the building. What's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Appreciate you coming through. Bray Wyatt is not old school. He's still around, and he was a fiend. Oh, Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry, I said Bray Wyatt. Oh, okay. Okay. I feel like I've heard of his name. I just don't know him entirely. All right. So speaking of wrestling, it wasn't long ago I was hearing it's Sony and Amazon Prime are working together to make a live action series of God of War. What, like in a wrestling, wrestling format? That'd be interesting. That would be very interesting. I feel like they're going to end up doing something with that, but very interesting. All right, so, man, this is a good conversation. I'm getting a lot. I'm learning a whole lot from everybody. Big shout out to all y'all coming through, showing love. All right, so let me mention my 4 as far as individual wrestlers and groups. So for individual, I gotta say Stone Cold, Undertaker, The Rock, Triple H. And my honorable mention, it was a tie. This was a tough one because it was between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. But I gotta say Razor Ramon just because he was dope. He the Jerry curl, the toothpick that you're looking to me, Chico. Huh? Like his swag was just so dope. The vest. And then of course, even when he went over to NWO and WCW, dope. So there's my that's my Mount Rushmore for the individual wrestlers. For groups, I gotta say NWO. I gotta say Nation of Domination because they had a lot of groups within the big group. Because I love that they branched off and became their own groups. Like who was it? Like Farouk. He was part of Nation Domination, and he went over and then he became the Acolytes. with what's his face, Bradshaw, and then they switched over, did that whole APA thing. Damn, yo, Farouk used to crack me up with that. Damn, yeah. So yeah, NWO, Nation of Domination. I gotta say the Generation X, DX boy. When DX came out, shut it down. Nobody could touch DX. Like, I'm sorry. Like, they were just dope. And then as they started adding more people and they got Shawn Michaels and all them in, so you couldn't tell them Triple H nothing. Nothing. They had the New Age Outlaws with Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Badass Billy Gunn. I'm an ass man. You know what? He was almost an honorable mention too, because I like Billy Gunn. I use him a lot in the wrestling games. He's dope. Very underrated. So them, I gotta say the Hardy Boys. I do like them. And a lot of people are probably gonna debate otherwise, but I like Too Cool. Too Cool was dope. Grandmaster Sexy, Rikishi, and Scotty 2 Hotty. Too Cool. I like them because they made it fun. They made it entertaining, but they could still wrestle and get busy though. So they were mentioning they were going to see if they can get a WWE superstar, latest Kratos, and only WWE superstar that looks anything like Kratos at the time was Triple H. I could see that, but he's kind of old though. Like they would have to. You know who would actually be a good Kratos for God of War wrestler wise? Goldberg, because he still is kind of in his prime. He doesn't look that old. Triple H, he looks seasoned. Like he looks like he's like a week away from being in a nursing home. He's a little too old. Maybe back in his prime when he first went bald, but not so much now. But Goldberg, I feel would be a good Kratos. I don't know if you agree or not. All right. Bray Wyatt, he is the son of former wrestler IRS. Lex should have took me all the way back. IRS. Oh, so underrated. He was dope. I loved IRS. Dope. All right. And this thing is flying. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. And his Bray Wyatt brother is Bo Dallas. I heard of Bo Dallas. I remember Bo Dallas. Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shout out to all my members, too. All my channel members. Big shout out to each and every one of y'all. Razor sounded like he could have been Tony Montana's best friend, right? Huh? Oh, huh? Okay. I'll go for fun. That was Razor. But see, Razor, he was a little more deep. He was like, you talking to me, Chico? Huh? Razor Ramon. That's how Razor was. He was more smooth with it. Tony was just aggressive. Like, who are you talking to? Huh? Who do you think you're talking to? You want to go to war? You want to go to war? That's Tony right there. Aggressive. Razor was fly, suave with it, but he whooped your ass in that ring though. Let me see. Billy Gunn. Oh, he's in AEW? I feel like I said, I feel like AEW is like they're kind of like the resurrection of WWF. I feel like they're kind of trying to bring it back through them. But again, like I said, I just don't watch. I don't watch it like that. Oh, so the Hardy Boys. Okay, so yeah, it seems like a lot of them are going to AEW. I still remember the day when Stone Cold Steve Austin was born in the WWE. The sound of that shattering glass, Titan. Fam, man, when that glass used to break, we used to get so amped, especially when he wouldn't necessarily come out through the entrance. Like there was times where he would pop into the ring or stuff like that, or he'd be in the crowd running through. That used to be so dope because we would always expect him to come through, but it would be dope to see him like pop in the crowd and he do the stunner and stuff. He used to crack me up when. I'll never forget when I forgot who it was. He did the Stone Cold Stunner on, but he came into the ring like he was running through the crowd, drinking the beer. He came into the ring. Oh, it was Vince McMahon. This is like when they first started to have their little feud. So, what was it? What was that line Vince McMahon used to always say to all the wrestlers? Oh, he'd be like, "You're fired." He would always say that, and then you hear Jerry the King Lawler and what's his name? Was it Jeff Ross? No, not Jeff Ross or. I forgot his name. The other announcer. Oh my God, something Ross. And they're like, fire, fire! You can't fire Stone Cold. And I remember the glass shattered, and so like Vince had his back turned towards the Titantron. So the glass shatters. You know, Stone Cold's music come on. So like you see, what's the name? His eyes get wide, so he turns around and he's looking. He's like, where is he? And you see Stone Cold like running through the crowd. But, you know, he's trying to tell everybody, you know, stay quiet and stuff. So he comes in, but he's drinking beer as he's running through. He jumps over the thing, slides to the ring. He's like just standing there. He's still drinking the beer, does the kick, does the stunner while he's drinking. I'm like, yo, like classic. Oh, man. All right. I'm not into wrestling, but I support it. Oh. that is the highlight right there, DNN. I like that. yeah. Wouldn't he? Like again, he's already got the look. Just give him like he's got the beard and everything, so he don't really got to do too much makeup and all that. Just like put the like the actual what's that symbol that he's got, the red symbol that goes across his body and stuff. Put that on him. Goldberg be a perfect Kratos for God of War. Voice and everything too. I mean, the voice actor for the ones now, he's dope, but Goldberg could definitely play the role off for sure. I told you anything to do with wrestling, just ask me. All right, so Lex, for those coming in, is the Wrestling Almanac. He knows it all. So if you got any questions and stuff, that's the man to talk to right there. All right. Yeah, I know Stone Cold is one of my favorite. Yeah, he's actually is my favorite of all time. I love him. He was just dope. Like, I mean, it's funny because I remember watching. I don't know if you guys ever watched that segment called Hot Ones. That guy, I forgot what his name. I think it's Sean something. I forgot what his last name is. But if you guys ever get a chance, watch Hot Ones. I know they have it on YouTube. I'm not sure what network it's on, but he does like the interviews where he's eating lunch and he's got like a different array of hot wings. They throw different sauces on there, and they get all the celebrities to come on and talk while they're eating the wings and just losing their damn mind because the shits are so damn hot. Really, really dope. But I remember Stone Cold was on there, and he was actually talking about his background and how he came to become Stone Cold. Because when he first started, he wanted to go for more of like the Triple H type of vibe. Y'all remember when Triple H first came out, like I mentioned earlier? He had more of that suave, cool, relaxed, laid out. That's what Stone Cold was trying to do in the beginning. He was kind of going more for the pretty boy type of ambiance. But again, they told him like, it wasn't going to suffice, and that, they needed him to have like a breakout character because he was a good wrestler always, and they loved his style of wrestling. But they were like, you need something that's going to really have the people going crazy. So that's when he switched over, and the beer and the rattlesnake and all that stuff like that. So really, really dope. All-time favorite cage matches. Cage matches were dope too, but it was them Hell in the Cells, flawless. Especially the one with Undertaker and Mankind. They were going at it. Very, very dope. Remember Coco B Wave, Honky? Oh man, you taking me all the way back, Lex. Honky Tonk Man, Demolition, Repo, Doink. Yo, so many people slept on Doink, man. George Animal Steel. Doink was dope. Everybody used to think that he was just silly and goofy. People slept on him. Doink could get busy. Jim Ross, thank you. I knew it was something. Jim. I just couldn't think of what the last name was. Okay. Thank you for that, Lex. Kamala, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Tito Santana, Bastion, Booger, and Piper, and Snooker. Yeah, man. Going in, Lex. Going in. Still here, just getting ready for. Okay. All right. What's good, Sam? BOE Gaming in the building. How you feeling? How you living? Appreciate you coming through. Okay. So Yoda says Steve Austin and The Rock are my favorites, but The Rock is great at doing movies now. He definitely is. But you know what's funny though? You could kind of see, because you got to think about it though. Wrestling basically is acting. Outside of them, like actually competing, like they're acting as well. So it's funny when people say like, "Oh, what? So and so is acting now? They're doing movies now." But if you really think about it, like I said, and like I read, it's a script. They have a character to portray and all that. That's them just acting. So for them to transition into the world of cinema, it's a breeze for them. You know, now, I mean, some of them, they have too many of the same roles. Like they give Triple H way too many of the same roles. But the ones that really do excel at it are definitely The Rock. And even though I'm not a big fan of him as a wrestler, I give him credit as an actor. John Cena, he's a good character. Like as far as like his movies and stuff, really dope. That one movie that he had, I think it's called Playing with Fire. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. That movie was hysterical. Like John Cena, he did his thing in that. But yeah, not all of them transition real well into the movies. Like Stone Cold, they give him a lot of the same roles. They're starting to branch out and give him like more of a comedic side, like they did in what movie was that he was in? Grown Ups 2. Like he did his thing in that. But when he first started off, he was in a lot of those like action movies and stuff like that. But I feel like out of all the wrestlers, The Rock probably is the best because he's so well balanced. He could be serious, he could be silly, you know, he can do the action. Like he has the best range and stuff. And I mean, all of his movies, even the ones that don't even look that appealing, they still stand out. Well, hold on. AK said, but you know what, Lex, that could definitely be a nice little avenue for you to think about. You might want to merge into that, my guy. Think about that. But when I stopped, I think about live action series of God of War, and there are so many live action movies and TV shows based on the video games that really didn't do so well. Yeah, you know, I feel like God of War would be better as like an animated series, not so much like, I mean, I don't want to say they can't do a live action because like I said, I could see Goldberg doing it. But here's the thing, though: if they're going to do it, they got to do it well. They can't just throw it out there just to build up anticipation and say, "Okay, yeah, here it is. Y'all welcome." Like, no, like stick to the roots of the show. I want to see all the gore, all the violence, all of that. If they do it well and they execute it like how they do in the games, then we're in business. If they don't do it that way, nah, it ain't gonna rock. So TWP, what's popping, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Exactly. And the professional wrestling, they got to put on a really good show. And so, of course, they got a script read off. I don't know how many times I've seen Shawn Michaels pull out his script. I remember when he used to do that, yo. That hysterical. And that's what I said. That's one thing about old school wrestling. Everyone had their own lane. Like no one merged into anyone else's lane. They knew how to stay in their own and do their thing. Honestly, when you think about it, wrestling is kind of like music back in the day. You had so many artists, you had so many dope musicians and talented people out there, and no one sounded the same. Everybody had their own lane, they had their own, you know, avenue or whatever you want to call it. No one tried to get into anyone else's lane because everybody created their own lane. It was so dope. Versus like today, where now everybody sounds the same. Even with like wrestling today, new school, like everybody just pretty much is doing the same. They look the same. It just don't hit. I mean, you can see they're trying to bring it back, but honestly, it's just like it to me. It'll never be pure gold like it was back in the day. So during the live show, just to read his lines because yeah. But see, I remember that one. Even though he forgot his lines, he played it off so well that it fit perfectly with the episode. So it was dope how he did it. But I do remember that one time. Yes, and The Rock's about to join the DC universe. Oh, he is? Not surprised by that. The Rock is everywhere. He's like vacation luggage. Wherever you go, he goes. It's like a Capital One. What's in your wallet? The Rock. Remember when Doink had the clowns Dink and Lex? I sure do. I sure do. Dink was nice too. I used to love Dink. He used to crack me up with Dink. All right. Val Venus. Oh man. Yeah. Well, he wasn't a porn star guy, but I know what you mean though. Val Venus. He was dope too. He could wrestle too, even though he was always, going for the pretty boy approach and stuff like that. Remember the Attitude Area at WWF? They had GTV. It was behind the scenes. Yeah, I remember that. I'll tell you what the dopest setup was in all of wrestling history. People can agree, disagree, whatever. The dopest setup was when they had the crossover, when like WWE and WCW when all those leagues crossed over, like you had WWF come over to WCW and they were wrestling, and vice versa. And then like, of course, NWO, that's when they started, and they were on both sides. So they were still part of WCW, but you would see them make their entrances and their cadence to WWF. That was so dope, especially like the fights and stuff, like the Royal Rumbles, all that stuff like that, where they would have all the different leagues face off. Epic. I loved it. So I remember that. Absolutely. Yes, The Rock is going to be playing Black Adam in the DC universe. Oh, okay. I'll be honest, I'm not a DC fan, but I mean that's good for him though. Remember Disco Inferno? He was WCW. He pretended to be like John Travolta. Absolutely. You're not lying about that one. Disco Inferno. Oh man. So yes, for all those coming in, the topic of conversation is: are you a fan of old school or new school wrestling? Which do you believe is better? That's the first question. Second question is: if you had creative control, would you keep things as is with wrestling today, or would you make changes so that it's kind of like how it was back in the day with the old school? That's the second question. Third question is: which single wrestlers would you put into a Mount Rushmore Hall of Fame, as well as an honorable mention? And which wrestling groups would you also put into your own Mount Rushmore, as well as an honorable mention? So for those coming in, those are the questions. Let me know what you think. All right. There's one WWE superstar that is breaking out into acting, and he was just starting in movies, and then unfortunately he died of a drug overdose, and that is Tess. Oh, what? I didn't know Tess died. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Rest in peace to Tess. Tess was dope too. I remember him. Man, that's crazy. I didn't know he passed away. It's so many, it's crazy. So many of them are like passing away from, like drugs or like alcoholism. It's like, damn, like what's going on? That's crazy. Man, if you had to pick a battle of giants, who would your all-time five? Oh, you challenging me now? Okay, Lex, I see where we going with it. Okay. Oh, Giants. Damn it. And see, that's the thing. I'm not a big fan of like the Giant people. Like Andre the Giant, he was okay. Okay. I'm gonna think about it as I'm still reading the comments. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. That's a good question though. Good question. Okay. Oh, he died a long time ago. Damn, that's crazy. Oh yeah, that was you. I didn't know that. Oh, 2009. I had no idea. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero. I remember him passing. Yeah, that was messed up. And Eddie Guerrero was dope too. So dope. He was like Razor Ramon, but just really he was like Razor Ramon and like Jeff Hardy put together. Very acrobatic, very dope. That frog splash, he used to catch people so much. Crazy. Rest in peace. Hey, I didn't know Tess passed away. Yeah, I know. What's the name? I know it wasn't because of drugs or anything. I think he committed suicide. Chris Benoit. And I was just like, why? Like Chris Benoit was so dope. A lot of people, they didn't want no problem with him because like he really got busy in the ring. His death made me cry. Yeah. Rest in peace. But yeah, Lex, I'm still thinking about it. So, Giants. Okay, Undertaker, Kane. I'm gonna say Big Show before he kind of got whacked. Who else? Who else was a giant? I'm trying to think. I need two more. That's three right there. Mine would be Andre the Giant, Gonzalez, Sid, Big Show, and Undertaker. Okay. You know what? All right. Yeah. Wait, Psycho Sid though. I don't think he was that big though. Like everyone else, I think they were like 7 foot. I don't think Psycho Sid was that big. I think he was maybe 6'8", 6'9". What are we basing it on? Are we basing it on like people that are like really really tall, like 7-footers, or are you just saying just like how are you basing that on? Let me know. Exactly. Yes, Eddie Guerrero was dope. Yeah, yes, he was, man. Yeah. And he did a lot of humanitarian and charity work outside of wrestling. So, really, really dope for that. Benoit committed suicide. He first killed his son. Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, what? Like, why? I mean, but I think he might have had like mental health issues or something like that. But that doesn't really excuse it. But even still, like, what would make you like go that direction? He might have been on something. I have no idea. He said, real tall. Okay. So I'm gonna definitely say those three. Big Show, Undertaker, Kane. Uh who else? I would say Andre the Giant, but I'm not really a big fan of Andre like that. Um uh there's I see their faces. There's two more that I know of. Um oh my god. I can't think of them. Like was Mark Henry tall? He wasn't that tall. If he was, then I would probably say him too. Chris Benoit killed his wife and his little boy and then hung himself. They said it's because he was using the old school drugs that would muscle enhancement. Oh, that's what it was. I knew it was something, but I mean, damn no. Like, that's messed up. Yeah, it's crazy. It's real crazy. He was. Big Show was dope. Like when he started like losing a lot of matches and then he started switching up his style, that's when he just kind of like fell off to me, in my opinion. But damn, Lex, like I'm really trying to think of two more. Uh damn. All right, you know what? Put Andre the Giant as an honorable mention. So I just need one more. So Undertaker, Kane, Big Show. I need one more spot. Who is it? Who is it? I'm trying to think who was like real tall and like he was a problem. Like a lot of people didn't want to mess with him. I'm trying to think. Because most of all the other wrestlers, they were pretty like average and like the same height and stuff like that. Um okay, all right, wait. I know a couple. Okay, take Andre the Giant out. Kane, Undertaker, Big Show. I liked Vader. Vader was my guy. It's Vader time. It's Vader time. Put Vader in there and Viscera. Put Viscera in there. Yeah, there you go for the Giants. Yeah, but you also got to understand the only reason he was losing matches is because it was in the script and they chose who won the matches. Not yeah, very true. Very true. But it's like as big as he is, I mean, like I said, I don't expect him to win every match because that would be unfair. But it got to a point where like certain matches that it was like, he should have won, he lost. So I was just like, damn, like BS, like come on. That was BS for real. Big Papa Pump, right, Sam? Right? All right. And if I remember correctly, a few years back, Macho Man Randy, yeah, he died too. He died as well. Okay. So that's the link there. If anybody wants to come up, um, for sure, just let me know. Just click on that link right there that you see, and you can come on up. If there's anything else you want to talk about. All right, so I got to that point. Andre the Giant, the Great Khali. Oh yeah, I forgot. I knew it was. That's what I was trying to think of. I knew it was someone else from like old school, the Great Khali. Yeah, George Gonzalez and Yokozuna. Ooh, Yokozuna. He was dope. He was dope. Oh man, I forgot about Yokozuna. I mean, there's so many people like just from the old school that were just dope. Big Boss Man. I think Frugal mentioned Jake the Snake. Very, very dope. See, I'm thinking about the video games too, like the ones I used to play back in the day in the arcade and stuff like that. It would need to be a day I'm off to join for this. Oh, okay, yeah, no worries. Like I said, I got tons more topics with this podcast. So, anytime you can come in and if you want to come up, definitely do so, Yoda. So for sure. But Yeah, like Jake the Snake, Big Boss Man, Earthquake. Who else? The 1-2-3 Kid. Because I remember he kept switching. He went from 1-2-3 Kid. I think he changed over to X Pac. Bam Bam. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I was just thinking about him. Bam Bam Bigelow. Ted DiBiase. Dope. You know what? He was close to being in my honorable mention for the Mount Rushmore. Very, very close. I love Ted DiBiase. That was my guy. And laugh. Money. Loved it. Who else? Dudley Boys. There's so many people I can name right now. It's crazy. Tajiri. Who else? Man, I'm thinking about everybody. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, British Bulldog. That whole clique right there. They were dope. Jim the Anvil, Hart Pat. Oh yeah, I knew it was someone else too. Thank you, Taya. Oh wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. Take Too Cool out as far as my groups for honorable mentions for the Mount Rushmore groups. Take out Too Cool. Put in the Brood. The Brood was dope. Gangrel, Edge, and Christian. I love the Brood. They were dope. Oh yeah, but those were just like the cameos. They weren't like they did wrestling, but they didn't stay very long though. They just did it for a little bit. But yeah, Reggie White, Steve McMichael, Kevin Green, Lawrence Taylor. I remember when LT did it. Mike Tyson. I remember he was there for a minute. But yeah, who else? Oh, the Hurricane. I remember. Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. He was dope too. He used to get beat a lot, but he was still dope. I liked him. What's it called? D'Lo Brown. That was my guy. Just the way he walked out, he used to crack me up. That hard walk. I'm like, man, this man, he gonna break his neck. He keep doing that. Right? Yeah. Lex, look, Lex is the almanac. I told you, he knows his ish. Who else? The Bushwhackers. What was the name of that cowboy group? They were a tag team duo. They used to always dress like cowboys. I forgot what their names were. I think somebody did mention Legion of Doom. They were dope. Who else? Man, so many people. China. I remember she passed too. Rest in peace to China. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rikishi did pass. I heard about that too. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, what's going on? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome, man. Appreciate you joining. Yeah. Who else? Man, there's so many people. You took me back with IRS. Lex. IRS was so dope. Oh man, he didn't get enough opportunity to shine. But yeah. There were a few people that they didn't belong. Like I didn't like Trish. Trish was kind of whack to me. Smoking Guns. Thank you. I knew it was one of them. They were dope. Oh, he is? Okay. All right. Because I was wondering. I heard that he had passed, but I wasn't entirely sure. But man, who else? So many people. I mean, we mentioned a lot of people. We definitely pulled out a lot of heads. But I know there's more. Ravishing Rick Rude, Diamond Dallas Page. What you say? Umaga. I remember Umaga. I remember him. Oh, you know who was dope too? He didn't get enough shine. The Godfather. Godfather was dope. I loved him. I love the Godfather. Man, did I say the Dudley Boys already? I think I did. Dudley Boys. Who else? Brock Lesnar was dope when he first came out. He got kind of whack now, but when he first came out, he was dope. Who else? Man, I'm just thinking about everybody that I know. Ultimate Warrior. He was another one that passed away. Rest in peace. Ultimate Warrior was dope. Could nobody touch UW back then. Like I was saying, I might have been mistaken, but I wasn't sure if he was still alive or not. Oh yeah. No worries, Titan. No worries. Umaga was one that died. He was Jamal's brother. Rikishi is. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, he does? Oh, yeah. Tell him I said what's up if you ever see him. Godfather was dope. I used to love Godfather. He coming there with all the girls and stuff. Be dancing at the cane. GF was fly, man. Oh man, exactly. Umaga did pass away. I remember him very well. Man, I'm just thinking of more people. So many. Mabel, I remember him. Um, you know what was real dope back in the day? When they used to have the superstars wrestle like those no-name people, it'd be like Jim Wilson or something like that. And they were always those basic wrestlers. They used to have like, they basic little underwear on and the boots and stuff. And they'd always had the superstars come out and beat the life out of them for like 5 minutes just to kind of pass time until they got ready for like the big matchups and stuff. That used to crack me up. That's when I first became a fan of Triple H. When he I don't know who he was fighting. He literally like just hit him one time, and then that's when he first did the pedigree. Did that, done. I was like, damn, that was a short ass fight. Taz, yeah. Taz was vicious. People weren't ready for Taz, yo. Godfather smokes weed. He looks like he does. I'm not even surprised by that. He looks like he does. When Brock Lesnar first came, he wasn't in the right mindset. He was hurting everyone, and he was actually hurting them in the ring. You know what, Titan? They said the same thing about Goldberg, too, that he used to do that same mess. Because I remember Stone Cold, I don't know what interview it was. It might have been the Hot Ones. But I don't know. He was saying something about, because they were asking him, like, did you ever have issues with certain wrestlers who just, like, took it to the extreme? And he said Goldberg. And like, I heard a rumor that they met up somewhere. They were actually about to, like, fight in real life because, like, he was just doing too much. Crazy. Okay, all right, so that one. Brock. Oh, he's married to Sable? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's because I got the laptop now. Yeah, the one that I told you that I copped, I'm operating off of that now. So, the streams are a lot better now. Appreciate that. I didn't know he was married to Sable. Oh, snap. Sable. All right, that's the name I ain't heard in a long time. You know who else was dope? Like from the females, Lita, Jacqueline. She was dope. I didn't like those two old ladies that they had. I forgot what their names were. I didn't like them. They used to get on my nerves. They drove me crazy. What's going on, Joe? How you feeling? How you living? Welcome in. Nice avatar. All right, so for all those coming in, the topic of conversation is: are you a fan of old school or new school wrestling? Also, if you had creative control, would you make changes to the league so that new wrestling today is better, is just as good as it was with the old school? Or would you just keep it as is, no changes made at all? Also, which single wrestlers would you put into your Mount Rushmore as well as an honorable mention? As well, and again, the same thing with the groups. So 2 Mount Rushmore, 1 for single wrestlers, 1 for wrestling groups. Which 4 are you putting into both groups as well as an honorable mention for each one? I just did a short live. I can share it in here so you can comment and let me know what you think. Yeah. Drop the link. You do that. Okay. DDP. Yeah. Every time I think about DDP, I think of that movie, Ready to Rumble. Y'all ever see that movie? That movie was funny as hell. I love that one. And they had a lot of dope wrestlers in there. Perry Saturn. Psycho Sid was in there. Even though he wasn't a wrestler, he used to crack me up though in the movie. Jimmy King. Jimmy King was dope. He's in AEW now, and his son name is Hook. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I remember the Nasty Boys. And the Bushwhackers. I remember them too. The Bushwhackers used to crack me up. Ken Shamrock was dope. Him, Kurt Angle. When Kurt Angle first came in, he got kind of whack over. Like when he went bald, that's when he got kind of whack. But I remember Ken Shamrock. Dope. Okay. Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags. I know of them. I know of them too. Thank you, Lex. Thank you. I was trying to think of their names. It was right on the tip of my tongue. Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young. Oh, I could not stand them. Okay, yeah. Do your thing. I'll probably be wrapping up soon. I'm just trying to get more insight from everybody. Let me know too. for those coming in, what are your Mount Rushmores for the single wrestlers and individual for single wrestlers and for group wrestlers for those coming in, right? That movie was dope. I still watch that movie to this day, especially what part was it? With the one guy, the trainer, Sal Bandini, want to wrestle? He used to crack me up. Even that part when Gordy was fighting the girl from Jawbreaker. What's her name? Oh my God, I see her face. Rose McGowan. Foreign objects. Classic. Now I want to watch that movie now. But oh man. Jerry Sag's son is in AEW. Hey, everybody is in AEW now. So AEW is basically WWF now. Now his name is Matt Menard. He is in stable Chris Jericho. Okay. All right. The King, yep. Or I will rule you. I love that movie. So many people didn't like that movie. They said they gave it a lot of bad reviews, but for us wrestling fans, we loved it. We loved it. Very, very dope. My favorite is AJ Styles. That's my new school. I heard of her. I'm not really a big fan. All right, Yoda. Salute. Yeah, you can always watch the playback of this for sure. Absolutely. Okay, no problem. All right, so yeah, Paul, he just dropped his link for his recent stream. If you guys want to check that out, you can definitely do so. All right, Yoda. We will get at you, my guy. Appreciate you coming in. Salute. You guys remember Dan the Beast Severn? He was in UFC and MMA, and then he went to the WWF. Oh, man. That name sounds familiar, but I don't know. Yeah, man, yes, you do. You sure do. You are not lying there. Mr. Wrestling #2 was my favorite wrestler as a kid. Oh, snap. I forgot about him. Him, Mr. Perfect. I know I'm missing more people. I'm thinking I'm really like trying to go back in time. Damn, it was so many people. Virgil, because he used to be I remember him. He was Ted DiBiase's assistant. I know a lot of WWE fighters. Yeah, see, that's the thing too. It don't even sound right. I still say WWF. I just hate saying WWE. It's like, you know what it looks like? It looks like somebody is typing the word "we," but it's like they're spelling out the word "we," but they make a typo. That's what it looks like. Every time I see WWE, it just looks like somebody's just misspelling the word "we." It's like it don't hit the same. I hate that they messed up when they took out the F. WTF? What the F? You know, like why did they take it out? Four Horsemen, yeah. Angel Kiss was talking about that earlier in my stream that I did. Four Horsemen: J.J. Dillon, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, and Tully Blanchard. Yeah. What was the question you were asking me, AK? Oh, you said who's better between NWO and Four Horsemen? I gotta say NWO only because I know more about. I mean, I know about the Four Horsemen, but I rocked with NWO more so. Like they were just dope. That theme music. And then they come out and stuff. Fire. RKO. Yeah, Randy Orton's dope too. He does a good job at playing like the sinister role. I definitely give him credit. TNA. Yeah, Albert. He was another one. He was vicious too. I forgot about him. Can't forget Terry Funk and Ron Simons. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh man, I named a lot of people right there. I mean, we all did. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap this up soon. Is there anything else that you guys want to say or anything else you want to chime in about before we get ready to wrap this debate up? So it definitely seems like more people are leaning towards the old school, as you should, because like I said, you know, new school, it would be good if they just weren't on that level of reality show dramatics. RKO, that was Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, but they are no longer a team anymore. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, you heading now, Joe? Appreciate you coming through. You about to go watch Sonic 2. Yeah, I need to go check that out myself. I'm probably going to wait till I go see my lady next week. We'll probably head to the drive-in movie. Hopefully it's still out around that time. So I definitely want to see it because it looks good. I mean, not really. I mean, I'll be honest. I watched it just as much as you did. Uh, that Randy's in the hospital. He got hurt. Oh, she done called you out, Lex. She said bedroom match. Let's get it. Hey, my boy, Mr. SYDR in the building. Slow your damn roll. Just the man I wanted to see. What's good, SP? Appreciate you coming through. Again, I'm probably going to wrap it up soon, but for those coming in, what's good, Ozzy? How you feeling? How you living? Ah! Hey, man, leave Goldust alone, SP. Goldust. Hey, look, as weird as he was, Goldust could get busy, my guy. You know it. Oh, man, Goldust, he was like the prince of wrestling, is from what I heard last time. Oh, okay. Oh, Ozzy said new school wrestling. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's one for new school. I mean, you kind of got outbeat though, Oz, because a lot of people in here are leading towards the new school. Oh man, I knew it was someone I was thinking about too. It's like right now, so many people scrambling in my head. Goldust. Goldust was the truth, man. He was. And the crazy part is, like, even though he was like, I ain't gonna say he was fruity. Like I said, that was just his character and stuff. Because like outside of that, he's like a regular, normal person and stuff. But he was kind of extra with the wigs and Yo, you messed my head up with that one, SP. That was a good one. That was a good one. Goldust was hilarious. But Goldust could scrap though. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people, I heard somewhere today, a lot of people didn't want to fight him and stuff. That's why, he kind of came and went and stuff, because like Goldust get busy. He can really wrestle. Goldust is now 8. Oh, he is? Dustin Rhodes? Hey. So, I mean, damn. Who isn't in AEW now? That's crazy. Oh man. You said what's funny? No, he was talking about Goldust. He's like, who remember Goldust Fruity ass? Classic. Oh man. Remember his brother Cody did the start. He did the Stardust gimmick. I remember that. Oh my god. No, because that was funny. Like that caught me off guard because he just came in like, yo, what's up? Hey, who remember Goldust Fruity X? Oh man. So SP, I take it that he's not one of your favorite wrestlers. Oh, okay. Again, shout out to all my international family, everybody in the Philippines, UK, all around the world. How y'all feeling? How y'all living? Or as we say on YouTube, make a love shout out. All right. So, again, the topic of conversation for all the newcomers entering in. Do you like old school wrestling or new school better? Also, if you had creative control, would you make changes to the league, or would you keep everything as is and not change a thing? Also, which wrestlers are you putting into your Mount Rushmore for? So you got to pick 2 lists. You got your individual wrestlers, who's going into Mount Rushmore, as well as an honorable mention, and which groups are going into the Mount Rushmore as well as an honorable mention. So those are the questions for you. Remember when Goldust got electrocuted, he was stutter. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever seen. Was that an episode? I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh yeah, Mark Henry. Mark Henry was another one too. He dope, very dope. He kind of fell off, but he was dope. Okay. Oh, he's a backstage announcer now. I kind of figured that because most of them do kind of go in that direction too. Like once they've retired and they know they're never going to get back into the ring, they definitely usually do go into that direction. Oh, that just reminded me too. Booker T. I liked him too. Booker T was dope too. I used to love the music. That was one thing about old school wrestling. Like the music, the selections and stuff, dope. Stone Cold with the glass breaking, The Rock with the "Do you smell?" Used to, man. Even Triple H, he had a dope one. That "Time to Play the Game," man. I used to get so amped. I remember I was in when I first saw him on Sunday Night Heat. I was in the front row with my stepdad, and I saw him walk past. Yo, he's big as hell too. Like he like really like swole. Then he got up, and he does the little thing with the water and whatnot. And then he like he like stretches out, he spits the water out. Man, they got so amped, crazy. Whoo! The Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray, they were dope. They were very, very dope. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many people, like, oh man. Road Dogg, Jesse James. I already mentioned them, but badass Billy Gunn. I used to play a lot with them on the video games and stuff like that. Who else? Oh, William Regal. I forgot about him. He was all right. I wasn't too crazy about him. Who else? Oh, Jeff Jarrett. I liked him too. Yeah. You are on the money. You know you're wrestling. You know you're wrestling. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett, he used to crack me up. Oh, Mankind was dope too. How he had all his different aliases. You had Mick Foley, Mankind. You had Dude Love, and you had Cactus Jack. Dude Love, that was my guy though. He used to do that little dance. I used to love that. Mick Foley, he was just dope all around. He was another one that caressed. And even when he formed that tag team duo, the Rock and Sock connection with the Rock, that dope. That was so dope. They were a problem. Billy Gunn is in AEW and his sons are wrestling and the manager and Will. Okay. Yeah. So everybody just must have just like literally just said it. I think, because who started AEW? That was Chris Jericho, right, Lex? So I guess he just said, look, we just want to bring everybody that's still in the league, that's still from, all the original leagues and stuff, just bring them on over. That seems like what they're doing now, because like all these people that you mentioning are all people from like WCW, WWF. So that's dope. That's what's up. So I'll be honest, I don't intend on watching it, but still dope that some of them are still doing their thing. But like I said, it's nothing like that old school wrestling. Nothing, without a doubt. Wait, hold on. Moxley and Bryan Danielson and Yota. Oh, okay, I remember them. Moxley was Ambrose. Okay. Cody Rhodes. I remember Cody Rhodes. Yeah. But yep. Looks like we settled that debate. Old school all day, every day. As much as the new school, may not. I'm not gonna say I don't want to pay homage to it, because I know y'all do. But like I said, nothing's ever gonna touch that old school wrestling. Like I said, we had classics for days. Oh, okay. So he switched his name around. Because I was gonna say, like, why does that name sound familiar? I know Daniel Bryan. So he swapped it around. Okay. Cody Rhodes is back in WWE. He quit. Oh, he did? Okay. All right. But old school wins. So, that is 2 for 2 when it comes to the old school. Because if you guys remember, if you've been following the podcast, the first episode I did was the world of entertainment. And we talked about old school versus new school. Old school won that. So, this is the same setup. Old school wins again. Sure do, Mr. Sacco. Very, very dope. I man, like I said, I'm ready to like start watching some old school wrestling highlights just cause it was just that dope, that entertaining. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. I do appreciate everybody coming through, pulling up a chair, rocking out at the table as always. Again, be on the lookout for my next debate. I got to look and see what it is, because I did a poll and everybody voted on what they want the next batch of episodes to be. So I gotta check and see what the next one is. Which one got the third most votes? I think it was the World of Battle Rap, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna check again and see. I'm gonna do like a screenshot, um, and then we're gonna go from there. I know Lex, you had mentioned the talk about cars, domestic versus foreign. I know that was in the list. I don't know how many votes that one got. I think that might have got the least amount, but I got to check again. But I believe the World of Battle Rap is the next one. So for all my rap hip hop fans out there, be on the lookout for that one. Actually, you know what? That is the next voted episode. That one got the third amount of votes. I remember now. So that's going to be episode 13. But before that, make sure you all come out and check out my next bonus episode, Battle of the Beats 2. That will be June 19th, 9 p.m. It's going to be hosted by myself and the reigning champion of the first Battle of the Beats, my boy Deeds. Big shout out to him. If you haven't already checked him out, go and check him out. Deedsville Music. That is his channel on YouTube. Very, very dope. So yeah, for those who love good music, if you guys enjoyed that first one, you're going to definitely love this next one because, you know, we have some new people coming in. We have some returning people making their way back in. My boy Sam, BOE Gaming, who goes by his producer name of KS Trappington, he's going to be in it. So if you guys loved his stuff from the first one, definitely check him out. And if you haven't already seen that episode, definitely go back into my playlist, the debate table. And you guys will be able to check all those episodes out. Doom, what's good, my guy? How you feeling? How you living? I'm actually about to wrap it up, man. We've been here for going on almost 2 hours now. But what's going on? Appreciate you coming in. Welcome, welcome. All right, so if you guys want, for those who haven't seen that battle yet, I will go ahead and drop the link right now so you can check it out, just to get you guys prepared for what's to come with the next one. So that will actually be the next episode, and then it's going to follow with episode 13, which is the World of Battle Rap. So. Oh, yeah. Hey, I appreciate you coming in, man. Again, big shout out to my international family. All of y'all. Y'all show me so much love, so, you know, I got to show it in return. All right, so that's the link right there if you guys want to click on that. For those who haven't saw the first Battle of Beats, it was really, really dope. A lot of people came through, showed out. We played a lot of great music. So, again, part 2 is on the way. You know, right now we're just waiting for everybody else to submit all of their beats in. And then, you know, we're going to be doing like a heavy promo run. And then June 19th, we're going to get it popping. So, but this time around, just to give you guys a heads up, I'm not going to announce the winner of this next one. What I'm going to do is a 3-day, 72-hour voting poll. So you guys will be able to vote before the event, during the event, and after. For those who don't get a chance to catch the live that day, you guys can watch the replay. And then once all the votes tally in, then I'm going to announce the winner later on. Battle of Beats had that heat. Hey, man, I appreciate that. We definitely had that heat. What we always say, Doom, hey, we need some heat, man. We need some heat. Yeah, hey, man, look, my shout out to everybody that came through, like the producers and stuff, Deeds, KS Trappington, Sir LJ, my cousin, Merge Baby, my other cousin Phantom. They definitely came with it. So you'll see a few familiar faces on this next one, but yeah, they definitely they had some stuff. Could I send? Oh, you do beats? I didn't know you did that. Hey, if you got some beats and stuff, yeah, definitely. You know, we're trying to get as many people involved as possible, but I need them. If you have stuff, I need it by the 6th because I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be gone all week. So I'm trying to get everything submitted in as soon as possible. So that way, the week getting close to the time, I can just go on like a massive promo run. And again, for all of you guys coming in, spread the word, tell a friend to tell a friend. And oh yeah, tell a friend, let people know. So, you know, we can get more people coming in. We can definitely have more people voting and vibing out. Like I said, I just want everybody to come to the table, listen to these beats, and, you know, make your and vote on who you think is going to win, who you think is going to come out tight. Will it be Deeds? Will he become a back-to-back champion? Or, you know, will somebody take the throne and stuff? So, oh, you make beats? Oh, hey, look. You got me on Instagram, so send them to me. That's probably the best way. Or send them to my email. Hit me up on IG. I'll send you my email. You can send them that way, or you can send the links through IG, and then I'll just copy and paste them. But yeah, if you got some stuff, and if you have like some cover art, definitely send all of that stuff my way, and I definitely got you. But look, you said the 6th, maybe going on vacation, but I'll be back. Okay. Yeah, try to do it as soon as possible. I know, like, you live overseas, so I know the time differential is not the same. But yeah, as soon as you can get them, send them to me so I can send everything over. Because Deeds, he's going to be helping me curate everything. So I need him like as soon as possible so that he can put the playlist together and then we can rock out and do that. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. Yeah, yeah. I wanted to kind of make a few changes, and like I'm really glad that I got this laptop now. So like now, Deez and I will be able to do like the share screen like we did, and we'll hook it up. And like I said, it's gonna be dope. So you guys just definitely start spreading the word, letting people know. Like I said, from now until the 19th, I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of promotion, letting people know. And like I said, we gonna get it popping. It's gonna be dope because so far the stuff I've heard, I'm loving it. And like I said, I definitely want to have the same musical blend that we had for the first one. I definitely want to have that for this one. I want people to just come in and just vibe. I want people to be able to dance. I want people to hear stuff that's, relaxing, that's smooth, that's got that mellow, melodic type of vibe, that, or like how my lady says, that meditation music. I definitely want stuff to make you bounce, bankhead, all that type of stuff. So that's what I'm telling everybody, like all the guys coming in, I'm like, look, just have a nice array of just well-balanced beats so that everybody from no matter what age group you are, or no matter what ethnicity, no matter what genre is, you can all vibe out to it. So absolutely. You'll send it to me today. Okay, yeah, do that. So I do appreciate everybody coming through. Big shout out to each and every one of y'all. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. Anytime I go live, come through, kick your feet up, relax. My home is your home. You guys already know what it is. And remember, 4 things that make this beautiful world go round: peace, love, positivity, and prosperity. I just realized this is actually the first podcast that I've done, the first episode that I've done where nobody actually came up. Wow. I actually feel good about myself for being able to hold it down this long. So, but like I said, I couldn't have done it without you guys. So again, I appreciate you all. I will see you guys on the next episode, Battle of the Beats 2. After that, I will see you guys for episode 13. Until next time, this has been another episode of Debate Table. It's your boy. I'm signing off. Love y'all. Peace. Gone. You said where money? Where money what? Hit me up on IG, Doom, because I'm actually about to wrap this up now. So, yeah, hit me up in there and we'll talk. All right, I'm out here, y'all. Y'all take care. Peace.